Alexis Tiscarino. I'm a senior at UCLA.
I'm Dom. I'm a baritone. I'm
So today we're going to show you guys. Are you guys coming to the outreach program on Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to show you guys a little bit of I Due Figaro, which is the opera that we're putting on this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You want to start with-
Sure. So, how many of you guys know anything about opera? Cool. So the way that it works
Maybe.
is all of the singing is unamplified, so it's like all of the what we're in school for right now and what Kelsey was in school for when she went to UCLA is like learning how to sing opera over an orchestra, so being loud enough to do all that. And we've all been singing for varying amounts of time, and that's kind of what it is.
So, how many of you know the story of Figaro? Anybody?
Okay.
Figaro, Figaro, Figaro.
It's that character, so yeah, you know what's up. Just kidding, no, she's showing you guys all up, so. There was this French playwright named Beaumarchais who wrote these 3 plays about this character named Figaro, who is the head servant in his household. There's the Count and Countess of Almaviva, and in each of the 3 plays, there's this whole different story that happens. In the Barber of Seville, which is the first play, which is set by a composer named Rossini, there's that aria, and there's a lot of, it's a very well-known aria, and the opera has a lot of music that's famous from it. That's the first one. And in that one, he like helps the Count and Countess get together and they hook up and stuff. And then in the second opera, or the second play, it's the marriage of Figaro. So the Count, everybody's a little bit older. The Count and Countess have been married for a little bit, and Figaro's trying to get married to Susanna, who's another servant. And the Count is trying to get at Susanna because he has rights to her before her wedding night, but it's an old thing, and he kind of just brings it back because he wants to get at Susanna. And it's all about them trying to get around that. And then the third play also got turned into an opera, and I don't know what it's about.
I don't know if you guys have seen advertisements for the Ghost of Versailles. It's really good. And
Yeah,
it's
but,
really good. It's partially based on
So yeah, so this opera that we are doing is not any of those. It's a spin-off of the same character and all the same characters, like in the household, the same plot lines kind of are followed, but it's not actually one of those plays.
It's like the unofficial sequel that Mozart didn't agree to, and it's not like this opera isn't written by Mozart. It's written by a composer called Mercadante. And so what he does is it's like 20 years after the marriage of Figaro. So the Count and the Countess have a daughter, and her name is Inez. And the Count wants to marry Inez off to someone named Don Alvaro, who Figaro is like trying to get him to marry off his daughter to, so that he can get the dowry. Which, do you guys know what a dowry is? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, Figaro found this random dude on the street. He's like a servant, and
He dressed him up and like tried to make him become a noble, but
so that they can get all this money, and then as soon as they get married, Don Alvaro's gonna be like, peace, and then leave, and yeah.
But Inez, Susanna, and the Countess all want Inez to marry the person that she loves, who is Cherubino, who is the servant, another servant in The Marriage of Figaro. But in this play, he actually is coming back from the army, and he's now a colonel. So that is. Oh, and there's one side character named Claudio who is trying to write a play. He comes into Seville, where Figaro is, and he's like, dude, tell me a plot for my new play. And Figaro's like, sure, I have loads of stories. But then what Figaro doesn't realize is that all of the events that are happening are what Claudio is actually writing down, because they're more interesting than what Figaro is telling him. So there's like a subplot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the opera in a nutshell.
It's thoroughly confusing, but it's not too hard to make sense of. There's super titles, so you guys will know what's being said. Super titles are just subtitles that are above the stage. It's all translated into English, so you'll see it, it'll make sense.
You guys are going to see the Sinfonia, and basically in the Sinfonia, it's kind of like an overture in an opera, and in this case, the director decided to show dance that basically describes the whole opera. So don't let that confuse you. So the dance part is basically just dance-worthy version of the entire opera, and then when the singing starts, the opera actual starts.
Yeah,
so don't get confused.
You guys can leave after like the first 8 minutes because the Sinfonia tells you the whole plot. And yeah.
Is it you guys dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All these opera singers, like,
Thanks for the confidence.
all the girls are in like corsets and skirts and everything, and all the guys, like, I have this jacket. If you want to see it, ask me after I picture it. But I have this jacket and I can't move my arms past like here.
Yeah, so
We're
when we
supposed to
did
be
the
doing
choreography, we're supposed to be like this. You can only go like this far.
Like,
Yeah, the costumes are really cool. They were all based off of paintings by an artist named Goya. And so it's all very flowery, all the women are in corsets, all the men are in like cool peasant-y outfits. The Count and Countess have like gold material and flowers and everything's really grand. And then the set was actually based off of an actual castle in Seville. There's arches and things roll on and off the set to change scenes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Should we get started?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we can answer any questions you guys have, either about opera or like just college stuff in general, after we do some singing.